Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Saturday Eve, the weekend eve I should say. Welcome to Midday Kentucky everyone. Amanda Nightbird stepping in with me again today. I love you coming on.
Oh, thank you. I love being here.
Mum, businesswoman, entrepreneur, successful, lifestyle coach, nutritionist. I'm going to look to her to hopefully shed a few pounds after January.
January 1st. That's all. That's everyone's D-Day, that's for sure.
It's the D-Day for everyone.
It really
Why
is
that?
Yeah, I just think, you know, we get through Christmas and then, you know, we want to give ourselves a couple more days to kind of get it all in, and it's just a nice, like, set date to get back on track.
Do you think, okay, here's the thing. Everyone knows I was away in Montana for Christmas. The whole time I was there, I tried to be super good.
Oh, yeah, well, good.
I really did.
Yeah, good.
But if you know anyone who skis, you know that chili's good up on the mountain. Do you know what I mean? When you come in from skiing and you have a hot chili.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Well, chili's not
Followed
that bad.
by a hot toddy. Okay.
That's where it all adds up.
Then
you
you come in at about 2:30 again and you have a hot chocolate and it goes downhill from there.
Right, but the nice thing about skiing is, I mean, that's physical activity. It's not lounging on the beach.
But not as much as one would think.
Really?
Unless you go powder skiing, okay, up in the back country where you're really using a lot of your body energy. Skiing on groomed runs, Amanda, you just...
I don't know. Sometimes I feel it in my legs after a nice run.
Because you haven't worked them for a while.
Yeah.
On that level.
On that level,
do you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because I'm sure you could do squats way better than me because I don't do them. Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to have a contest?
No.
No.
Because I know you'd win. I've seen your little workout videos.
Oh, I like
She's
to squat.
A beast.
Yeah.
She's a beast. How are you, darling? Did you
I'm
have a
good.
Christmas?
I did. We actually went to Florida. So
to the warmth.
sunshine, yes. I keep asking myself, why did I come back to rainy Kentucky so soon? Guess I had to be here.
Someone said to me while I was up there in Montana, does it snow in Kentucky? I said, well, yes, but not like Montana.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And they always find that quite interesting that it doesn't snow on a full scale like
like inches, feet.
Yeah. All righty, everyone, guess what? Do you remember the Dollywood contest we were running? The huge prize?
Yes.
Well, guess what? The contest closed yesterday, and we now have the winner of the big prize, 2 nights stay. Guess who it was? Michael Ritchie. Congratulations.
Yay.
You won a 2-night stay at the Smoky Mountain Cabins, my friend, with 4 season passes, 4 tickets to Splash Country, and 4 tickets to Dolly Parton's Stampede dinner show, valued at over $1,400. I want to thank our wonderful sponsors of Dollywood doing that for us.
That's awesome.
They're such a popular contest here at Midday Kentucky. We do it twice a year.
Yeah.
And they love it.
What a great package.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And great to take the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you been to Dollywood?
I have not. I've been to the Pigeon Forge area, but I've never been to Dollywood.
Well, you better come down with me next time we're there.
I would love that.
Alrighty then. Okay, you ready to get on with the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty, the internet can of course be a good and bad place sometimes, we can all agree. Hate speech can be found all over the internet. Well, while some kids may be attacked or swept up by the act, the majority of children will have everyday casual hate speech exposure. Now, whether it's from YouTube, social media, or friends, here are some of the questions, and I thought this was great for you, Amanda, for your kids to help them start thinking about hate speech and how they handle it. Before we bring them up, have you had this conversation yet?
In some capacity, yes.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting because the way that kids communicate with each other, even their friends, kind of over the internet and social media, it can be somewhat negative. And then they put like, just kidding behind it.
Yeah.
And I
hate that.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So I try to tell them, you know, regardless of if you're just kidding or not, you know, it's still going to hurt somebody.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's bring up
It's like this play factor, but it's not, it can be damaging. No,
it
it's
is
not
damaging.
playing.
All right, well, it says, what is hate speech and how does hate speech affect people? So these are questions you bring up with your child to open the conversation. What's the difference between hate speech and cyberbullying? Oh.
I don't know.
That stumped me, actually.
Me too.
Okay. Well, maybe someone could write into us and tell me that. What is the difference between hate speech and cyberbullying? Hate speech, I would assume, is face-to-face, like in front of you, and cyberbullying is someone behind...
Online.
Online, behind the screen?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe could you please just let us know? I
think they're very similar.
What's the role in online hate speech? What's your role? Interesting. Are you a defender? Do you tell people to cut it out?
Yeah. Or do you fuel it?
Or do you engage? You're right. How far does the right to free speech go?
Oh, right, because they were saying that, hate speech is actually covered under the free speech.
Which is Amendment 1, what is it?
Yes, it's constitutional amendment.
Yes. Is
One
it-
of them.
Okay, is it number 1? I don't know, I'm not American. It's number 1, okay. Well, and see, this is something else. And, okay, we'll just get to, I want to go back, but what are some practical ways to manage hate speech? What would you say to that?
I mean, these are very deep topics, but, I think in terms of just telling your children that, again, it's going to impact someone in a negative way.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
always good to be more positive than negative.
Yeah, look, can I just go back to how far does the right to free speech go? Here's the thing with that. I think, and I'm not going to point out any particular politician, do you know what I mean? But let's just say there's a lot more hate speech on air, and they say it's all comes under the Constitution of the freedom of speech. I agree, but I think if it's hateful, hurtful, racist, all those things that come under that banner,
Right.
that's not a right of free speech. There are consequences.
Well, yeah, there are, for sure.
Am I wrong with that, Amanda?
Well, probably not legally, but,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it should be, I think.
I think it's such a messy part to be in, and I think it's such a great topic to have that conversation with the kids.
No, I really agree with
especially
that.
now with school holidays, you've got a few extra days to spend with them. Think about that and tell us, what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page. We've got it all on there. Read the whole article. It's really interesting. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. All right, now, the internet, of course. Sorry, I just said that. A mother went online and shared she will never buy her son a Christmas gift or a birthday present again. She called the holiday season a disgusting exercise in rampant consumerism. She also is concerned that her son will turn into a very spoiled child. Instead, she's taking the money she would have spent on Christmas gifts and putting it into an account that goes towards her son's first house.
I think I've said this before in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the kid looks what? Is this
I
the
know,
real kid?
he looks like he's only 1 year.
Can my producer tell me, is this a real kid or is it a stock photo? I'm thinking it could be. It's a real kid. The kid doesn't know what he's getting for Christmas.
I love
to
it.
begin with.
One of the things that we've done over the past 2 years with our kids is we've stopped giving like tons of gifts, and we've decided to do one big family trip. So they know that.
So they get little things.
So they get a couple of little things, but they know that we're going to put towards like the Christmas money towards like a big family trip, and they like that.
Like Florida or
yeah,
Disneyland.
we're going to
or
take a cruise.
Dollywood.
Dollywood, that's right.
I think that's good.
Yeah, and I thought that they would be a little disappointed with that, but they've been really responsive.
Well, here's the thing, and I want you to tell us at home, did you overindulge your children this year? I was saying to Amanda before we came on camera that, you all know that I grew up on a farm and we came from horses and cattle and all those sorts of things. We never got Christmas gifts. Birthday was different. Christmas gifts that were necessarily for us. So we got things like new saddles, new bridles, horse rugs
Right.
for our horses.
Right.
But we needed
Stuff
them
you
anyway.
needed, right.
Does that make sense?
Not luxuries.
So you took ownership of that saddle or the bridle.
Right.
But it worked. But I remember one year I got for my birthday a motorbike. And I thought, it was pretty excessive. But it was a second-hand motorbike, XR75 Honda. And I'll
love
never
it.
forget it.
Yeah.
I think I was maybe 11.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I was rich. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. But I'd never bragged about it as
Right.
a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think, Amanda, I don't have a problem with putting some money away.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think it's wise to not buy your children anything.
Agree. Obviously.
It's tough.
Yeah, that's a little tough for sure. But setting boundaries, I think, is a good idea.
Boundaries I like.
I see some people's Christmas hauls, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
But what about this thought? Why not maybe cut the gifts in half or a quarter. And if you were going to spend more money, give it to your child and say you have a couple of choices.
Right.
You can put it in the bank, or you could donate half of it to a charity, or like let them become responsible
Absolutely.
for that money. And 9 times out of 10, I can probably tell you, the kids might put it in the bank.
Yeah, put it in the bank
And save it up for a rainy day.
Absolutely.
Or the family holiday, so they can buy that extra little something.
when they're away.
I think that's, look, I remember my nonna, when I first left home, she charged me board, okay? And it used to irritate me. But when you ready for this?
Yeah.
I moved to Sydney, I was at the train station, she gave me this envelope full of cash.
I love that.
And I said, Nonna, I said, where's all this money coming? She said, that's every penny you ever gave me for board, electricity,
I
food.
love
Every Friday I'd have
that.
to give a part of my paycheck.
Yeah,
I wanted
that's
to kill her.
awesome.
But that's what she did. She taught me
How-
the value of $1. I don't value $1 now, though. Now I'm an adult.
Now you're buying all the gifts.
Now I just do it all. Okay, tell us what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page. How often do you update your resume? This is a really good thing to do right now while you've got a bit of time off. There was a poll conducted, and 39% of people said they updated it when they applied for a job, while 8% said they don't remember the last time they actually looked at it. However, experts say you should update it every 6 to
Wow.
12 months. So while you look back at your resume and think some information is important to include, it may actually hurt you when it comes to the hiring process. Here are some things that you should leave off your resume to help get the job. Amanda?
Dates that could give away your age.
Oh.
Let's face it, ageism exists.
I totally agree on that one.
Oh my goodness. Details about college. Focusing too much on this makes you look like a junior level.
Okay,
Unless you're
really?
fresh out of college. Yeah, I guess
Really?
it doesn't
What's
show
a junior
your
level mean?
I
Oh,
guess-
it means you haven't had many jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you now. Okay. Number 3.
Irrelevant job details. Less is more. You're trying to tell a story about your experience.
Okay, I hear that. Okay, number 4
And
is...
references available upon request. It's assumed that you have them because it's part of the hiring process.
Yeah, I don't
But
have
you
any
probably should just
resumes on
include
mine.
them, you know?
I don't have any references on mine.
Yeah, you don't. I haven't updated my resume in probably 20 years, so
Really?
I'm part of the, yeah.
5 meaningless buzzwords phrases include team player, outside the box thinker, self-motivating go-getter. I have to be honest with you. In 20 years of me having my own jobs, I didn't ever really look at their resumes.
Yeah, I feel like when we were hiring people in when I worked in the hospital setting, we would like go on like social media and kind of vet
Yeah.
them. You
I
know.
have to be honest, I looked at yours before I said, come on the show. And you know, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no,
was nothing
I
on
think
there. I went
think
back 10 years.
in this day and time. Whew, I'm just glad that Facebook wasn't around when I was in college.
And I think about that. Listen, I have said to some friends of mine that who I see them say some pretty tough things on social media, and I think to myself, and I've said to them, be careful, this will bite you.
Right, it will
One
come
day,
back to you.
One
Yeah.
day it'll bite you.
Absolutely.
And even if you delete it now, it was out there.
Somebody took a screenshot for
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I actually think, you know, sitting at home now, and the reason why we brought up some of these topics today was when I was away, I was thinking about life. You know, up in the mountains, and I was thinking about what is it I want to achieve for 2019? What do I need to do to set myself up? You know?
Yeah.
Talking about the hate speech, being a kinder, better man.
Yes.
Do I want to continue with my career in a bigger element? You know, what do I need to do that?
To elevate yourself.
Yeah. And what do I need to do to set myself up to be that better person? I think they're all important questions that one should ask themselves around this time and make those
Yes.
goals short term. Do you agree?
No, absolutely. I think it's a great time of year to think about goal setting, long-term goals versus short-term goals,
Yeah.
you know, having things that you can achieve over the next couple of months versus having things that you can achieve over the next 12 months.
I agree.